3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fantastic Wednesday on the Puff and Steph podcast. What makes it fantastic? I don't know. I'm just throwing describing words in front of our show, and hopefully people will agree.
Hi. You're being optimistic.
Sure.
I love it.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Puffers.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay. You know, this whole shutdown thing it's very sad. It's just kind of especially right before Christmas.
Sure. But at least your gym is open.
The gym has decided to stay open. They're, going against the rules, and I respect them for it. I'm still going to the gym. I don't know what the difference is between me going to the gym, what was it, the 12th when everything shut down? I went on the 11th. Right. But then I couldn't go on the 12th, so right. I'm like, okay, I don't really see a big difference.
But you can go into Target, and Walmart, and the mall, and all those other places.
Right. I know. And and not that I don't think salons should be able to stay open, and I'm glad for everybody who works for them that they are, but I was surprised that gyms shut down this time, but salons didn't, because back during the original shutdown, all that stuff was closed.
So before the gym decided to stay open, my friends and I were going to go to Dick's and work out there. In their workout section.
That's a good idea. And you use the equipment they have?
Yeah, we were just going to do it for a YouTube video. It wasn't going to be I'm really not worried about gym shutting down, but we thought it would be a funny video if that's where we went.
You should still do it because a lot of gyms are closing down.
Yeah. It's still something we might do. Don't steal it, anyone. I just don't have a whole lot of time to be going around shooting YouTube videos right now.
Right.
Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike, and American Shaman of PA. This holiday season, American Shaman of PA reminds you to deck the halls and not your family. Through the month of December, you can beat the stress by buying a $100 gift card and getting a $20 gift card for free at American Shaman of PA stores. For those of you who are mad at yesterday's show, and you sent me some messages telling me that I was wrong for what I thought about paying it forward at drive-thrus. One woman said that she would, quote, pray for me. I'm just telling you that that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, you can be like Steph and argue with me. But I don't think it's a personal problem for me. It's just the way I feel.
So did all these people who sent messages change your mind at all, or you're not wavering?
Do you know what? There was actually one. No, none of them changed my mind.
I figured. I just thought I'd ask for kicks.
No. All right, let's start the show off with a Steph Christmas question. You said that one of your dreams, one of your life goals, is to one day move to Florida.
Yes.
That's what you want to do.
Someday.
But that means you're going to spend Christmas and Christmas time without snow. How does that make you feel knowing that?
So, I do love Pennsylvania for the fact that we have the change of seasons, and it's exciting. Oh, it's spring, it's getting warmer. Oh, now it's hot. Now it's cooling down for fall. And then of course at Christmas time, not everybody, but a lot of people enjoy having that cold weather, the snow. It's the whole vibe of Christmas. And you're right that it's just not the same when you're in Florida, because I've been in Florida visiting my brother around Christmas time. And it's so funny to me because his neighbors, all these people down there decorate with snowmen. And I'm like, do these people even know what snow is? Half these people that have lived here forever, they've probably never experienced it. So that's kind of a struggle for me. I feel like December I would still want to spend in PA.
Gotcha. So you would do the exact opposite. A lot of people will spend, the spring, summer, early fall in PA, and then in winter they'd go down to Florida. Steph would flip it. She would spend some of winter in PA and spend all the other time of year in Florida.
Right, because a lot of people don't want to be in Florida through the summer because of how hot it is. I have no issue with that. I can deal with that all day long. I'd rather have that than be here through November, December, January, February, March. We have 5-6 month long winters here, and that's what gets me. But the only time I can actually appreciate cold weather is in December. because it's part of the whole vibe. But like as soon as New Year's comes, I'm like, let's go spring. Like I'm over it, and then it kind of drags for a few months.
It does. There's definitely a quite a lull. All right, so that was your Christmas question. Inquiring minds wanted to know. Time for Would You Rather. It is Would You Rather Wednesday. Would you rather be married to someone good looking who doesn't think that you're attractive, or be married to someone ugly who thinks you're gorgeous?
Aww. No, wait. We're just talking outside looks here?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Because I feel like if you're with someone who maybe isn't like, on paper the most attractive person, but maybe they have a really good personality and they make you laugh, so you are attracted to them.
Yeah, we're
you
talking.
Know what I mean?
We're talking looks here, straight up like looks.
Straight up bridge troll, as you would say.
Yes, like would you rather be married to a male model who's ridiculously good looking, who thinks that you're quite ugly, or would you rather be married to someone who's a bridge troll, who tells you every day how amazing you look, but you still have to look at them?
You know what? I would take the bridge troll 100 times over, because I feel like they would they would love you so much, and they'd be really into you, and it would make you feel good and make you happy. And I feel like you could be happy in that relationship. If you're with somebody who doesn't like you at all, you're just going to feel like crap about yourself.
No, they don't. I don't say they don't like you. They like you just fine. They just don't really find you attractive. They're just like, yeah. But it is like it's different, because you said you'd rather be with the bridge troll. You'd rather be the ugly one. So you would be the person in that relationship who thinks that your significant other is not really good looking, but they tell you every day how beautiful you are.
Right, because when it comes to romantic relationships, I think a big part of that is having someone say like, oh, you look great. I love that outfit. Your hair looks pretty, like things like that. So if you're with someone who could never compliment you in that way, I feel like your self-esteem would drop.
Right.
You would feel horrible about yourself.
I don't know. That's kind of the situation I'm in right now.
Stop.
No, my wife is very attractive. So
She is. She's gorgeous.
yeah. So I think I'm married to someone good looking. Like, I don't want to get too involved in our relationship, but she really doesn't tell me that I'm good looking. I don't.
Well, she married you. And you guys dated for a long time before that.
I don't want her to lie. So, like, no, that's fine. I don't care. Like, that doesn't bother me. But again, men and women are a little bit different.
Well, at some point, she had to have said, like, that she's attracted to you or shown it. You don't marry someone that you don't have the attraction to.
I don't know. So answer that question. Stop sending me.
Wait, so what's your answer?
What I did. I married someone hot. Probably doesn't think I'm that attractive.
Really? Don't you think that would be like kind of crushing though, to never have someone like making you, like, boosting you up? Like, you should have someone who like makes you feel good.
What's wrong, Steph? Don't I seem happy?
You seem ecstatic.
Okay. New research published in the Royal Society finds that women's brains are capable of multitasking better than men's brains. Researchers asked their participants to walk on a treadmill. Then they were asked to complete a tricky language test while walking. Infrared cameras were used to watch the participants' body movements and showed a difference between the way men and women swung their arms while attempting the verbal test. When they added the verbal task, they observed that in men, there was a reduction in the right arm swing, while the left arm carried on normally. And the left side of the brain, this is pretty interesting stuff, is believed to control the right arm as well as the language center of the brain. Basically, men had to shut down part of their motor skills in order to do the test, while women were just swinging their arms normally while doing the test.
Wow. I don't think this really comes as a surprise to many people.
No, I think you're 100% right. Women multitask all the time. Are some men good at it? Absolutely. I consider myself halfway decent at it, but I would agree. Overall, I think this is definitely where women are way better than men as on average.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember it's been a while, but I was dating this guy, and I remember the one day it got to be like 4:45, and he's like, "Hey, can you take me to pick up my car? It's in the shop." And I was like, "Yeah, what time?" And he's like, 5:00. And I'm like, "You mean in like 15 minutes?" Like, there was no notice. Whereas, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it, because if my car had to be in the shop, I would have made plans 2 weeks in advance of who's going to take me there, who's going to pick me up, here's what time we need to do all this. So I was talking to my friend Elizabeth about it, and she was telling me about a theory her mom has, which is basically that women can multitask. In a woman's mind, they're thinking like, first I have to do this, then I have to be here by this time, who's going to take me here, how am I going to get there? Whereas guys, they're just like, it's like a one-track mind sometimes. They're just like, oh wait, I need to get my car in 5 minutes.
I don't know if that's multitasking or just poor planning, poor scheduling.
It is multitasking, because he was at work, so he was focused on work. He wasn't focused on, okay, now I'm at work, later I need to get my car, how am I going to get there? Like, he couldn't, like, I think some people can't, women too, it's not just men, can't like do all of that at once.
Yeah,
you know?
I think he was just a loser. You're better off without him. All right, coming up in just a couple of minutes, I have two like bad stories, like stories that are just really kind of bad.
Great.
Yeah, I know. You might actually not want to move to Florida after you hear one of these. Okay, coming up.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
All right, so we talked earlier about how Steph one day would love to go to Florida. Maybe not after you read this. This is Florida through and through right here. A resident of Windmill Manor Mobile Home Park in Bradenton said that his neighbor asked him to store a trash can in his carport. He said, hey, listen, I just put a bunch of personal effects in here. It's just storage for right now. I'm going out of town. Will you hold on to these personal things for me? Well, Steph, without knowing the story, what do you think was in this trash can?
Okay, it's Florida. An alligator.
No.
A snake.
No.
A crazy Florida man.
Maybe. A few days later, the trash can began to smell. The man opened it and found a wrapped human body inside.
What?
So you were actually probably right with your crazy Florida man story.
Right.
The woman never returned after asking him to store the can. The body was later identified as 40-year-old John Christopher Leonard. Detectives found Michelle Haney and arrested her. Said she was living with Leonard in July when she discovered him deceased inside their home. He stored his body in a closet and then 3 weeks later put his body inside a trash can, sealed it up, took it to a neighbor's residence. She did it to use his Social Security benefits after he died. Okay. This
Oh my God.
is like, I don't want to make fun, but it looks like this guy probably died of natural causes. So it wasn't like murder or anything like that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it looks like he just died, but she was like making money off his Social Security check. So she's like, well, how do I keep that coming? Oh yeah, if no one knows he died, then the checks just keep coming. So,
And how did she think she's going to get away with that and nobody's going to notice that he's dead?
well, my question is, it was July in Florida.
Ew.
Right, exactly, because then July turned into August, which is super hot in Florida. So you're talking about probably the two hottest months in Florida that you have a dead body that you're storing, and then you just like wrap it in saran wrap and dump it in a trash can, and then just leave. You just dump it off at a neighbor, be like, here, this is your problem now. Okay.
Oh no, it's just some personal belongings.
Yeah, so I remember I lived in this place in Carlisle, right? And I lived with this girl. We weren't dating. We were just roommates. She was a bad roommate. I was a bad roommate. We were bad roommates. We were bad roommates to each other. And she's like, hey, I'm moving out, and you probably can't afford this place by yourself, so you're going to have to move out too. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Great.
So I'm packing up all my stuff, and the woman who owned the building came to do a check, and my room was a mess. And she's like, are you going to clean all this up before you leave? I go, oh, yeah. And she's like, are you going to take that desk, too? I had this tiered computer desk. I'm like, absolutely. I picked up all the stuff, but I left the desk. I just couldn't find a way to move it. I was like, well, it's her, it's her problem now. Whatever. That's how this woman felt about a human body. It was her neighbor's problem now. Like, I just left a desk for someone to clean up. And it was a decent It was a decent desk. It actually probably she probably could have repurposed it. She probably could have used it. I probably did her a favor.
I was going to say, that's a nice thing to leave behind in comparison to a human body.
A human body, yeah. It's your problem now.
Wow. And they say that like rotting flesh is like one of the most horrific smells in the world.
Yeah, it is. Anyway.
Yeah. You would know, right?
So now in Florida, let's talk about another Florida story.
Oh, great.
This story is going to bug you way more than the dead body story.
Is it about a dog?
No, it's not about a dog. Lachelle Jacobs of Jacksonville, Florida, was hospitalized after an attack by strangers. She says she was asleep in her bed when she heard someone banging on her door around 11 o'clock at night. She found a young woman sitting in front of her door who said, "They're following me. They're following me." And when Jacobs went to go look, the woman attacked her. She blacked out as the woman and a man she'd never seen before beat her. She woke up to them cutting her hair and threatening her not to move. After they left, she managed to crawl up the stairs and call 911. She was left with a concussion, a ruptured eardrum, and a terrible haircut. The attackers didn't steal anything from her home. She says she doesn't know why anyone would attack her.
What was the point of that? Just to give her a bad haircut?
Yeah, they don't know. No one knows. They can't find these people. They don't know who they are.
They're just going around and tying people down and giving them terrible haircuts?
So far, this is the only person that this has happened to, or at least that has reported it. So
What?
imagine a knock on your door. Imagine you're in Florida. I'm Steph in Florida. I always wanted to live here. Oh my God. This is so much better than Pennsylvania.
Don't mock me.
And you go to the door, it's 11 o'clock at night, and you see a woman on your front porch. They're chasing me. They're chasing me. And you're like, oh my God, I need to help this woman. Sisters need to look out for each other. You open the door, and the woman attacks you, and then another dude comes from nowhere and beats you up. And you wake up just in time to see them cutting your hair and them telling you not to move or they'll kill you.
Honestly, that is horrible that they gave her a bad haircut. But I mean, so they didn't take anything.
Nope. And her 6-year-old son, who was at the house, was completely fine.
Oh, good. Wow, that is so, like, what goes through somebody's mind? Like, let's go give this woman an awful haircut. That's it. And then leave.
I'm just saying, keep trying to punch your ticket to Florida. This is the type of stuff that goes on. You don't hear anything like this. Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, just for some reason, Florida are these really weird stories. That's why there's a whole thing called Florida Man, right?
Right, it's a thing.
There's nothing called Idaho Man, right? There's nothing called Nevada Woman. It's all Florida Man because there's crazy people in Florida that do crazy things.
No, I mean, you're right. I can't even argue with that. Are you just trying to talk me out of moving to Florida, though? Because I feel like you always have these stories. Well, I guess they're just everywhere.
They're everywhere. I don't go like searching for Florida stories to try to sway you. You're going to do what you're going to do. You're a strong, independent woman that don't need no man to tell them what to do. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I know that. So I'm just telling you that maybe you should think about your decision before you do it. That's all.
Oh, I appreciate it. You're giving me facts.
And I know that it's not like next week you're moving to Florida. I know this is like a down the road or whatever. I know this isn't like, next week is Steph's goodbye week or anything like that. I know that.
Definitely not.
But I'm just telling you that these things happen. Coming up. Now, you're not an attorney, Steph, but I'm wondering if you think if this woman has a case or not. I'll let you know about it next.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Steph, I need you to take your podcast hat off, put your lawyer hat on, and help me with this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one of them.
All right.
Okay.
A Kenyan woman is suing her boyfriend of 8 years for not proposing to her. Her name is Gertrude Noma. I think it's how you say her name, or Gnoma. She grew tired of waiting for Herbert, her boyfriend, and the father of her child, so she took him to court. Ngoma told the court, "I deserve to know the way forward in our future." The dude defended himself with the excuse that he is not currently in the financial position to afford a wedding. Besides, he claimed that Ngoma is not giving him significant attention in their relationship. The judge ruled against the woman. She does not get to sue him for not proposing.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought you were going to say, like, in some crazy turn of events, she actually won.
No, she did not win. This is the question I have. Why would you want to be with someone that you have to sue to marry you?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, first of all, this is obviously a personal thing that you need to deal with and not take it to the courts. But furthermore, you shouldn't have to beg somebody to, like, want to be with you and marry you. That's just not how it should be.
Love me! Marry me!
Why don't you love me?
So do you think if you were her attorney, you would have gotten him to marry her?
Definitely not. I wouldn't have taken her case.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Nope. No chance there.
The judge said that there was actually no formal marriage agreement to hold him accountable. So that's the truth. You know, there have been other times where people have sued to get like engagement rings back because they broke up and the woman was holding on to it. But the engagement ring is part of a formal contract. It's like consideration to the end result of the marriage. This is a little bit different. You know, there was no formal agreement. There was no engagement ring. There was no nothing. So the judge is like, without any of that, I definitely can't rule in favor of the woman.
Right, there's no way.
I just feel bad for her, though. Not really for him. Dude, if she's not giving you significant attention, then leave. If you have to try to sue someone to marry you, then leave. Both of them should leave. I don't think these two should be together. That's just my opinion.
Well, it's like Lizzo, in the words of the wise Lizzo, if he don't love you anymore, then walk your fine butt out the door. I mean, it's good advice.
You nailed it.
Don't stick around for that. You deserve better, you know?
You just nailed that song.
I know.
I don't know if anyone has ever said in the fine words of Lizzo, though. That might...
the wise Lizzo.
The wise and powerful Lizzo once told us that if he don't love you anymore, then walk your fine ass out the door.
It's good words of wisdom, honestly.
Yeah. Sure. Has anyone ever quoted Lizzo ever before? I don't know. Okay. Is this true? A new survey found that the overwhelming majority of us, 73%, would rather receive a gift of food over some type of object this year. Do you think that's true?
I don't want to get that much food for Christmas because it's usually unhealthy junk food. And then like once you get it, it's just rude not to eat it. So I think I'd rather get objects. I mean, as much as I love junk food, but I don't want to be tempted by it, you know?
What if I told you?
What's your take?
What if I told you I got you some food?
I mean, I love food, but I'm just thinking if I had to pick one or the other, just so I'm not tempted, I might go with other gifts.
It's all right. I got you both.
Oh, perfect. It's a good balance then.
Yeah, it's an object that you can eat. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that. All right. Okay, time to stump Steph. Almost 10,000 Americans are injured by these each year. What are they? I'll give you, this is kind of tough and it's random, so I'm going to give you a hint. It's not a living thing. It's not a moving thing. So it's not motorized. So it's not like cars or skateboards or bicycles or anything like that. So it's not a living thing. It's not a moving thing, but 10,000 Americans are injured by these every year. I am very curious to learn some of these stories.
Is it something in your house?
Yes, it can be in your house for sure.
In what room of the house?
Could be in various rooms. Could be a special room for it. But it could also be in bedrooms, living rooms.
What is the purpose? Is it like for entertainment?
It's usually entertainment. I guess education could be one of them too.
Do most people have this in their house?
I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. If you see it, here's the thing. If you see one of these, you're not like, oh my God, that's odd. But if you don't see one of them, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be common, but it's not like, what am I trying to say here?
I think I get what you're saying.
It's not weird if they don't have it, but you don't notice it necessarily if they don't have it.
Okay. Education and entertainment.
I don't think you have any of these in your house.
Do you?
Yes, but you've never seen it. And I never use it.
Is it heavy?
It depends on what it is. It can be, or it could be light. Could be big, could be small. It's kind of a broad answer.
Is it fun to use? Like a pool table?
Yeah, it's super fun to use. It's not a pool table, but it's like super fun to use for a lot of people. Some people found it to be more of a headache, like I did and like you did. But some people get really into this thing.
So did I used to have it?
You used to have one long before we met. Long before we met, but we both have very similar experience with these.
Oh, guinea pigs.
I said they weren't living. They weren't living.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I never had a guinea pig.
Right.
So random. Oh, guinea pigs.
Well, because I used to have them long before I knew you.
Yep. No, you used to do this long before you knew me too, but you said that you didn't like doing it. It wasn't a thing you stuck with.
Oh, a musical instrument.
That's right. That's the
Yay.
answer. 10,000 Americans are injured by musical instruments. I just want to know stories. I don't know, like, are they putting them somewhere they shouldn't be putting them? Are you falling on it? Like,
yeah, I have questions.
Like, what? Oh my God, Mike, what happened? I tripped and fell on my oboe.
Right? Like, how does that happen?
I don't know. All right, we got one more. 38% of us have been injured doing this. What is this? I've never been injured doing this. As far as I'm aware, you haven't. Or at least you haven't told me about it. I think this is an embarrassing way to injure yourself. Besides falling on your oboe, this is a very embarrassing way, and you hope that if you do injure yourself this way, no one sees.
Is it inside your house?
It could be. Doesn't have to be, though.
Is it like falling on something or tripping over something?
Nope. But it is embarrassing.
There's an object involved?
Yeah. Why don't we call it not an object, just to help you along? Why don't we call it structure?
Steps.
No.
A structure. And it could be inside or outside?
Yep.
I don't know. How does the injury happen? Like you're not falling or tripping?
Correct. It probably could happen a bunch of different ways. Usually it's probably a distraction of some kind. Looking at your phone, maybe looking, to the side and talking to a friend.
Walking into a wall.
There we go. This is a huge number. 38% of us have been injured by walking injured. Not just like embarrassed, like, oh my God, I totally walked into a wall. But injured by walking into a wall.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Have you ever walked into a wall and hurt yourself?
No, I walked into a sliding glass door once, which everybody's done that, right? But it wasn't like I wasn't injured. I felt like an idiot.
I've walked into a wall. I didn't injure myself though, and it was because I thought I was skinnier than what I was. So I was just walking, and the wall was, I was walking. It's like a corner of a building or a room. I forget. I think it was a room, and I was like, oh well, I don't need to slide. I got clearance, and no, I'm wider than what I thought. And bam, I hit my shoulder. I was like, oh. I just walked into a
Did
wall.
it really hurt?
It didn't feel great, but it wasn't injured. I wasn't hurt. So
Right.
I'm not part of this 38%. I'm not so stupid. I injure myself. No, I must not have been walking fast enough. All right, friends, that's it for Thursday. Steph, tomorrow on the show, we have a Christmas-related advice column.
Yay!
So, somebody needs your Yuletide opinion coming up tomorrow on the show. We will see you guys then. Later.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.